Are you aware that the creators economy is projected to hit $500 billion in the next 5 years? So it is only wise to get started with content creation right away and position yourself to get a piece of that pie. In this video, I'll give you 6 tips on how to get started with content creation the easiest way possible without breaking the bank whatsoever. I'll be breaking down the process very simply so that you can even get started right after watching this video. Hey there, my name is King Techk and welcome to Tech Media, helping you get 1% better every day. On this channel, we talk about tech, product reviews, strategy videos like this one, freelance, and money-making tips. So if you're new here, kindly consider subscribing. Now let's get started. Content creation is one field I would advise anybody to get started in one way or the other. The truth is you are probably already creating content. You are just not doing it consciously. There are multiple reasons why you should get started in content creation in 2024. Even besides its money-making potentials, it can literally change your life in so many ways you never thought possible. More on that in a minute. However, before tip number 1, I suggest you start with reels first because those are fairly straightforward and easy to create. Now, tip number 1. First thing you want to think about is what type of content will I be creating? You want to think about this well because it will be the foundation you'll be building every other thing on. And the best way to go about this, first you want to think of things you love talking about or enjoy doing. It could be something like storytelling, gaming, news channel, sport channel, cooking, gardening, and so on and so forth, even fashion design. Remember, you want to quickly get through this phase and make your first video because you can always make adjustments as you go, and delaying can kill your motivation. So move quickly. And tip number 2 would be your recording equipment, your camera. It is said that when you are just getting started, there isn't a camera better than the one in your hands, which means use what you have. You do not need to spend money on cameras right now as it can be quite expensive, so use your mobile phone or even a webcam to shoot your videos. It is that simple. You just want to get started. Do not take any excuses. I mean, I shot a lot of my videos when I was getting started almost 2 years ago now on my mobile phone and had multiple viral videos doing over 2 million views with videos recorded on my iPhone XR at the time. So again, no excuses. You would also need a tripod to keep your phone sturdy while recording, and that brings us to tip number 3. And tip number 3, of course, the most important thing, lighting. See, this was one thing that took even me a while to understand. Guys, your lighting is more important than your camera, and that is fact. Because you can purchase or hire a $4,000 camera to shoot, and if your lighting situation is crappy, the video or pictures at the end of the day will not look good. So lighting is key, and the best light to get started with, especially if you do not want to spend any money, is daylight. It's that simple. And you want to make sure you're facing the window so your face can be well lit, and just press record. Just press record. Don't think much about it, just hit record. But if you have some money to spare, you can consider getting some cheap lighting solutions, so you probably can maybe have a little bit of controlled lighting. But if you want me to, expatiate on how to set up your lighting to get the best picture possible like I have now, just let me know in the comments below and I'll make a really simple beginner-friendly video that explains all of that. I mean, you're just starting, so the goal here isn't to spend a lot of money. A ring light will do the job perfectly well. And why ring light? Ring light usually comes with a tripod. So you would have a tripod and a light to keep your phone sturdy while you're recording. And they are quite cheap. So this is you knocking 2 birds down with one stone. And before the next tip, if you're enjoying this video so far, like the video and hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Now, on to tip number 4, audio. Audio is so crucial. It is said that audio is 50% of your video. The truth is, people can tolerate a content with poor video quality but has a great audio, but would never watch a video with great picture quality
or have a crappy audio.
So you want to make sure you pay attention to your audio. If you wouldn't be too far from your phone, then you can make do with your phone's internal mic. And it is always best to use your back camera so you can get the best quality possible. And you want to make sure you're looking in the lens of the camera, not say down or anywhere else. The lens of the camera is the best way to communicate any message like I'm doing right now. But if you be a bit too far from your device, then you can use an earpiece, like literally plug an earpiece into your phone and hold the mouthpiece part and make your content. Or if you want to go further, you can get a cheap wireless solution. And I think they quite work alright for content that are not very long. Because these guys have done me some real shit that I didn't quite like. I mean, recording a long video and not knowing that the battery is already out, and I kept talking and realized later on that there was no audio. So you want to use this for short form content, say 5 minutes video, please, 5 to 8 minutes video. Anything above 10 minutes video, you want to look for something that is plugged in or something better than this. But if you want to get started, this is just perfect, so you can take the best audio possible. Let's move on to tip number 5. Tip number 5 has to do with your editor. Of course, after recording our videos, we will need to chop off the mistakes and retakes and so on and so forth, which can be done in an editor. Nowadays, there are lots of good free video editing applications for mobile phones, which will be perfect if you do not have access to a computer. If you have access to a computer, it's best you just start using a professional editor. The best one for computer right now is DaVinci Resolve. It is free. I mean, the free version is more than pro enough. But if you have access to Premiere Pro, that would be cool too. But if you do not have access to a computer, you want to download CapCut for your mobile. CapCut is a very good video editor. It works for whatever needs to get done. And video editing itself is quite an easy skill to pick up. But mobile phones can be quite tricky. So if you're confused about that, let me know in the comments below and I'll make a video about that and try to make it as simple and beginners friendly as possible so you can catch it and just run with it ASAP. And tip number 6 is the most important one of all the previous points we've talked about, and that is consistency. The truth is, no matter how cheap or expensive your equipment are or how amazing your videos are, if you're not consistent with showing up daily or weekly, you will not see results and discouragement can set in from there. So focus on quantity first, pushing out as many videos as possible, or a minimum of 4 videos per week would be excellent. But then find what works for you and hit that off. You have to stay consistent with making videos and posting. It doesn't matter if you think the videos are great or not. I've had videos that I felt wasn't good enough, posted it nonetheless, and it went viral. It literally did numbers, and I was like, damn, thank God I did not post this video, you get? And that is the secret sauce if you want to succeed as a creator. And all successful creators will tell you this very same thing, because consistency is what makes all the difference. So try and follow all the steps and get your first video done at least in the next 48 hours as soon as possible. It doesn't matter if you think it's perfect or not, just shoot, edit, and post it. And if you feel like you want to push your content a bit further and you want to learn how to change your background to whatever background you want for your video to appear, say, in a studio setting or in a field or whichever place whatsoever, you want to watch this very next video so you can learn how to do that easy, free, and quick. I'll see you there. Let's go.